We'll be starting in about 2 minutes. Okay. The January 7th meeting of the City Council is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded and can be viewed live on City of Las Vegas TV on Cox Cable Channel 2. You could also watch the meeting live online and access other city content by visiting lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on City of Las Vegas TV the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m. and also on Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m., and the following Monday at 5 p.m. This building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of the chambers out to the mezzanine, proceed out the double doors to the terrace, and down the back staircase. For anyone that has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, please assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First Street. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it is safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to the items on the agenda, citizen participation, or public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you can complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available in the clerk's office or at the rear of the chambers. If you do not submit a card, that does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizens participation, or specified public hearing items. If there is anyone present today that is in need of hearing impaired equipment, please see City Clerk staff. And please note, if you are parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between council chambers and the security desk that you walk through in order to enter these chambers. You must have your ticket in order to use the machine. If you do not have your ticket, see security personnel when exiting for a validation coupon. Now, before we proceed, will everybody please rise for the invocation proclamation given by Pastor Joel Menchaca, Amistad Christiana Church, and please remain standing when our Mayor Pro Tem will lead us in the pledge. Welcome.
Pastor, we're going to put you right, Pastor. We're going to put you right here. Thank you.
Welcome, Pastor. It's so nice to see you.
Thank you. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day. We ask that you bless each and every one that is here today. Thank you for our councilwomen, our councilmen, our mayor. We ask that you give them wisdom, understanding to lead our beautiful city of Las Vegas. We ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Mayor Pro Tem, will you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now proceed with the ceremonials. This is the ceremonial portion of our council agenda. And for our first item, Councilwoman Kelly will be recognizing our Citizen of the Month. Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mayor. I found so many lovely parts of this job, really have, and working with all of you, working with an incredible staff. This has got to be one of the favorite things I do, and this is my first Citizen and recognition, and the decision was really easy for me because I've known Craig Galati for probably about 40 years, and what's so important about this recognition is we really try to find people who have dedicated some of their time to bettering the city of Las Vegas. And no one exemplifies that better than Craig Galati, who has dedicated his entire life to making Las Vegas a better place. And I've had the pleasure and privilege to work with him on many projects, so I know this firsthand. I do want to tell you a little bit about Craig because I think it's important to understand the things that he has done and both the breadth of it. He has touched Las Vegas in so many ways. As an accomplished architect, planner, and community advocate, Craig has helped shape the culture and economic landscape of Las Vegas, consistently championing thoughtful, sustainable development that improves the quality of life for residents across our great city. And I will tell you, improving the life of the residents is the filter by which he engages in anything for the community. His dedication to public service is extraordinary. Craig has generously shared his time and expertise on so many boards and commissions, including the City of Las Vegas Planning Commission, where he chaired it for a very long time. He now serves us and the citizens of Las Vegas on the Arts Commission, the Mayor's Fund Advisory Committee, the Mob Museum, where he has been since the beginning, Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada, and what he thinks is his most meaningful contribution to the Corridor of Hope, because for him that project helps our most needy and most in need populations. Through his service, Craig has been a trusted advisor and mentor, helping guide critical decisions. And I chuckle because he's been that for me. We both applied for this position, did not know that. And the minute it became that I was one of the finalists, the first phone call I got was from Craig saying, "What can I do to help?" And that is just who he is. He supported initiatives that uplift our most vulnerable neighbors. His leadership is defined by collaboration. There is not a thread in his body that is about trying to one-up someone, trying to do it better. He wants to do it better, but it's always through the lens of the public good. What is in the best interest of the community? And why... And in that, all the folks around, he brings in to make sure that there is collaboration happening from all different sides. It's not just architects. It would be he would be talking to, when he does projects, to the people who work in the space, to the people who use the space, to make sure that we're reflecting what the community needs. He has empowered emerging leaders and elevated community voices. And he has ensured that progress in Las Vegas is inclusive and forward-looking. His impact has been widely recognized through numerous honors, including the American Institute of Architects Nevada Service Award, also the Nevada Silver Medal, the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce Community Achievement Award, and the American Planning Association DuBois Excellence in Planning Award. Craig exemplifies what it means to be an engaged citizen, someone who leads with integrity, generosity, and a generous love for our city. I took a moment to reach out to Sally, his wife. He and his wife have been together 45 or 46 years. They've been married 43. And I don't know about other couples, but every time I make it another year, I'm just so both amazed and blessed. And so I've known Craig as a friend and professionally, but I don't know him as Sally does. And so I said, sort of an offhanded comment, he seems like such a great guy. And she said he really is. But I want to talk about other things that she said to me, because as all of us who go out into the community, we do not do it alone. We do not do it without support. We do not do it without someone helping us, whether it's our spouse or partner, our roommate, whether we have children, whether we need rides, all that. And Sally says that while he has given so much to the community, he is even more devoted to his family, which, knowing him and knowing how devoted he has been to his public service, that astounds me. Because the capacity he has to love and care for people, it must just be enormous. While being a successful businessman, she said, who has volunteered hours of his time to various organizations and who has taken local and national leadership positions in the fields of architecture and marketing, Craig has never failed to promote his family. He helped raise 2 independent sons who are both successful in their own careers while staying married for almost 43 years, and has supported Sally, his wife, through 2 demanding careers. Additionally, he took care of his parents and his wife's father in his final years. And having taken care of my mom and seeing the grace with which my husband helped, that is an extraordinary compliment. He has done all of this virtually without complaint. I'm copying this and taking it home because I like the virtually without complaint part. In the midst of all that, he took up painting and is now showing and selling his work. I think he's also an author of a couple of books. And this is what she closed with. He really is an amazing guy. So I hope that you in the audience will join me as I welcome Craig Galati up here and thank him for all of his service to the city. You have a proclamation. I suppose I should say that now. Let me get the glasses back. Yes, I won't. I'm actually not going to read the proclamation at all because it tells you what I just said. But it does proclaim January 7th, 2026 as Craig Galati Day in the city. So congratulations, Craig. Would you like to say a few words?
I'm usually not with a loss of words, but I am today. Thank you very much. I'm very humbled by this honor. The only thing I would say is that if serving your community is so fulfilling, and there's awards like this and honors, but that's not why you do it. And I know that's not why our public servants up here do it. But I would say that if you find a way and find an opportunity and somebody asks you to serve your community, take it. And you never know where it goes, but I will tell you that it's part of having a fulfilling life. And I want to thank you very much for this honor.
Why don't you step up front and we'll take a picture with all of us?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. I'll let you say hi to everybody else. Hello. It's my pleasure. Years ago. I think so. I met everybody years ago.
Yes, I believe so.
It's true. Okay. All right.
Sarah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What a nice words.
Let's give it up one more time for Craig. For our final item, Councilwoman Bruni will be recognizing one of our community's top arts institutions. Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. Given that Craig is on the Arts Commission, I feel like the theme of today is arts. I am very excited to be starting off 2026 by celebrating an organization that has brought so much joy and music and beauty to Las Vegas through its support of art, music, and theater, and that organization is the Nevada School of the Arts. I personally first became acquainted with the school when my own son started their jazz program about 8 years ago, but the school's growth and reach in the last 8 years is nothing short of incredible. I think it would be better served by showing a short video which explains the incredible work that the Nevada School of the Arts is doing here in Las Vegas. So if you will, and Raja, if you want to come up.
As a way to give back, we produce Finding Magic, a theatrical offering to our at-risk youth partner organizations once a month.
So they're together, they should be together. Exactly. That's how that would be.
Well, and I think you can see from the video that while we have several arts organizations here in Vegas, I don't think there's a single one that does the broad range of programming in visual arts, theater, and music. And so there is something for everyone. And you just, from the video, you see just the high quality programming. I think also one of the things I wanted to acknowledge and highlight is there are also very few arts organizations that believe in access the way that NSA does. And so as you saw, they've offered almost $100,000 in scholarships because they know that access is so important because arts education is so critical to the growth and development of our young people. So I really want to commend you for that. So before I give you the mic, I want to share, we have a proclamation for you. Okay. So I will read it. Whereas Nevada School of the Arts had, this microphone seems really low. Nevada School of the Arts has served the Las Vegas community for 5 decades as a premier nonprofit institution dedicated to excellence in music, theater, and visual arts education. And whereas Nevada School of the Arts provides high-quality arts instruction to students of all ages and backgrounds, fostering creativity, discipline, confidence, and academic success through comprehensive arts education. And whereas the school has played a vital role in cultivating emerging artists, many of whom have gone on to study at renowned conservatories, universities, and professional training programs, contributing meaningfully to the cultural, educational, and artistic life of Nevada and beyond. And whereas Nevada School of the Arts is committed to access and equity in arts education, offering scholarships, outreach programs, and community and partnerships to ensure students from diverse socioeconomic backgrounds have the opportunity to participate in the arts. And whereas through performances, community engagement, and collaboration with civic and cultural partners, the Nevada School of the Arts enriches the cultural vitality of Southern Nevada and strengthens the region's reputation as a growing center for arts and creativity. And whereas the leadership, faculty, staff, students, families, and supporters of NSA continue to demonstrate an unwavering commitment to artistic excellence, education, and community impact. And now, therefore, we, the mayor, and the members of the Las Vegas City Council do hereby recognize and proclaim January 7th, 2026 as Nevada School of the Arts Day.
Thank you, Councilwoman Brune. I appreciate it very much. I have a few words to say to you to address all of you, dear Mayor Berkeley and the City Council. Thank you sincerely for the honor and privilege of this proclamation. Nevada School of the Arts has been serving the Las Vegas community for nearly 50 years. And as we approach our 50th anniversary next year, we look forward to celebrating this milestone with great pride. Over the decades, NSA has called many places home, from UNLV to business parks to Las Vegas Academy, and finally to our current location at the 5th Street School. Throughout every chapter, our mission has remained constant. As an after-school conservatory, NSA provides young musicians, visual artists, and theater students with rigorous, high-level instruction taught by some of the finest teaching artists in Las Vegas. Educators who could be teaching at top institutions anywhere in the country, yet choose to invest their talent here in the city. I'm a teacher myself, and I see firsthand the transformative power of arts education every day. From disciplined daily practice to creative expression, the study of music, theater, and visual art develops resilience, confidence, and empathy. At first glance, learning scales, memorizing a monologue, or painting a canvas may not appear life-altering, but these daily rituals shape our young students in profound ways. They teach discipline, structure, patience, and most importantly, humanity. Art has a unique ability to bring us together across race, gender, class, and background. We have all felt that sense of uplift after a powerful performance or a concert. The arts remind us who we are. When I moved to Las Vegas from New York in 2000, the Strip was thriving, but the city's cultural infrastructure was still emerging. Over the past 25 years, I've watched Las Vegas grow into a dynamic, sophisticated city with a flourishing arts community. It has been a source of deep pride, and I thank each of you for your leadership in making that growth possible. Access and equity, yes, have always been central to NSA's mission. Last year alone, the school provided, as you just saw, more than $91,000 in financial aid. As examples, our NSA Chamber Orchestra is a fully funded program for underserved students that includes rehearsals with Las Vegas Philharmonic coaches and private lessons, giving these young musicians a genuine opportunity to compete for college admissions and professional pathways. Our Gifted Young Artist program offers full scholarships to exceptional piano students from Las Vegas Academy, supporting them with private instruction, theory, chamber music, and college and competition preparation. These programs exist to ensure that talent and hard work, not financial circumstance, determine opportunity. As we look toward the future, NSA is deeply grateful for the City of Las Vegas' support as we advance our capital campaign and plan for a new home in Symphony Park, the heart of Las Vegas. The vision of a cultural district, a mini Lincoln Center, complete with shops and restaurants where residents and visitors can experience performances at the Smith Center, engage with world-class exhibits at the new Las Vegas Museum of Art, and enjoy opera, concerts, and classes at NSA is truly exciting. Creating this kind of artistic ecosystem reflects the city Las Vegas has become and continues to strive toward. Thank you again for your confidence in Nevada School of the Arts and in the important work that we do for the community. Your leadership plays a vital role in shaping our city into a world-class center for business, education, and culture. It is an honor to serve Las Vegas alongside you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Libby. Appreciate that.
We will reconvene the City Council meeting in 2 minutes. Okay. We will now reconvene the City Council meeting. Before we go to Agenda Item 7, I wanted to ask for a moment of silence for a gentleman and his wife who were very much a part of the Las Vegas City government family. We lost them at the end of last year to a horrible family tragedy. Roger Bailey and his wife Christine. Roger was with the city for 33 years. He retired in 2022. He was part of the Public Works Department, and from what everybody that knew him told me, he was not only a wonderful civic servant, he was also a wonderful human being. So we mourn their loss, and if I could please ask everybody to join me in a moment of silence in their memory. Thank you very much. Agenda item number 7. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed will be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. This is your opportunity to address the council, but the council is not able to respond or engage in dialogue. We will set the time limit at 2 minutes. Is there anybody that wishes to address the City Council under public comment? Seeing no one, we will move to Agenda Item 8. For possible action, any items from the 9:30 a.m. session that the council, staff, and/or applicant wish to be stricken, tabled, withdrawn, or held in abeyance to a future meeting may be brought forward and acted upon at this time. Mayor Pro Tem?
Madam Mayor, I have one item. It's item 18. There's a request by staff to strike that item. That's
Thank
my
you.
motion.
And, all right, that's motion. Please vote. Post. Yeah, I'll wait. We're waiting. Okay? Yes, we're good. All right. Motion passes. Agenda item 9, for possible action to approve the final minutes by reference of the December 3rd, 2025 regular City Council meeting. Mayor Pro Tem, may I have a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Agenda item 10. Item numbers 10 through 18 are on the consent agenda, but I understand Councilwoman Kelly would like item 15 pulled for discussion. The remaining items are considered to be routine, are recommended for approval by the departments, and may be enacted in one motion. Are there any other items the council wishes to bring forward? Seeing none, Mayor Pro Tem, may I have a motion for the consent agenda for items 10 through 18 with the exception of item 15?
Move to approve.
Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Agenda, wait a minute. Agenda item 15, discussion for possible action to approve the modified employment agreement with Michael Jansen as city attorney, $360,000 plus benefits from the general fund. This impacts all wards. Mr. Zamora.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. For the record, Vince Zamora, Human Resources Director. As the Mayor stated, this is a discussion item for possible action to approve the modified employment agreement with Mike Jansen as City Manager. As you all are aware, Mr. Jansen is in the final year of his current employment agreement with an end date of August 31st, 2026. In order to continue and secure continuity of our executive leadership team, I was asked to enter into a discussion with Mr. Jansen about the possibility of modifying his employment agreement. Those conversations were successful, and the contract you have before you today has been agreed to by Mr. Jansen, and I seek approval of the agreement.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments from members of the council? Ms. Kelly.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I asked to have this not part of the consent agenda, as I explained to Mike, because this is really the most important staff position for this organization. And in the short time I've been here, I've come to appreciate Mike's leadership and his vision for the city, as well as his really stalwart team of executives. And I have no reservation in supporting this item. But I thought that this item was so important, it needed to be an agenda item of its own. And so while as I understand it before I was here, there was a review that happened in September, and that was done publicly, which is terrific. I wanted to give us time to reiterate some of the discussions, Vince, we've had with you about his accomplishments. You mentioned the need for continuity, which is absolutely important, but not just for continuity's sake. You know, we have the right person in the right job, and we wanted to enter the year knowing that his contract was expiring with an agreement and an understanding, and of course making sure that he too wanted to stay. And so I'm glad that we were able to get that accomplished. I'm glad we're doing it now. It may seem premature because we're going into the budget cycle, but having exceptional quality of leadership at the top is so important, and we believe that Mike Jansen is serving us very, very well. And so I just wanted to explain myself for wanting to take it off of the agenda, and I'm happy to make the motion, but I'm certainly happy to defer to one of my other colleagues. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there anybody else that has a comment? Ms. Bruni.
I just have a quick comment. I am also, like my colleague, very grateful that you've agreed to stay on, and very pleased with the work that you're doing for our city. I also just want to thank your wife at this time, because I know a couple of years ago you all were thinking about retirement and traveling, and yet we've managed to convince you to stay here a few more years with us. So thank you, but also thank your wonderful wife, because you're going to have to delay your trips a little bit longer.
Thank you so much. Ms. Diaz.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First and foremost, I know it's Mr. Zamora's last meeting with us, so he's an example of the gray tsunami we've been talking about, how there's so many of our long-term city employees that are silver tsunami, so many long-term employees coming to an end of their tenure here in the city, and how important it is for succession planning for us, for this council, to really take that seriously. And I think we have fewer and fewer Vince Zamoras and Mike Jansens in the ranks of the city with that depth and breadth of experience. And so I think for me, it's really important that we have Mike as long as we can, so that we can shore up and train up all of our staff, because he, just like those that have been around the block here at the city a little bit longer, know how to run our city, know how to operate it, and have then the opportunity to also ensure that we make sound decisions to optimize and be more efficient and do things differently. And so all that to say, I'm super happy that we got more out of Mike, because initially he didn't want to really tell us he would have more years in him, but I'm happy that he's happy working still at the helm of our city. And again, thank you, Mr. Zamora, for your years of service, and look forward to hearing about all the amazing adventures you're going to have once you part ways from the city.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else that wishes to say anything, to comment? Okay, in that case, I will make the motion, but before I do, I want to thank you, Vince. It's been an honor and pleasure working with you, and you will be missed, although we're very anxious to be working with your successor, who I'm sure will do an equally great job. So thank you, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors. You always have a home here at the City of Las Vegas. And with that, I would like to entertain a motion to approve the modified employment agreement with our city manager. Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. It's been a privilege.
Agenda item 19, boards and commissions. Discussion for possible action regarding the reappointment of members to the Community Development Recommending Board from the following list of nominees. Carmen LaShawn Miller is my designee. Dave Marlin, McKnight, and Bob Lathrop, Ward 1, Ignacio Prado, Vanessa Conyers, and Patricia Haddad Bennett, Ward 3, Jamie Jackson, Ward 4, Patrina McKinney and Barbara Jones Zangora, Ward 5, and Linda Burks, Ward 6, and the appointment of nominees Ali Caliendo, Ward 2, and Kathy Freeman, Ward 5. This 13-member board reviews community development block grants and other funding sources and makes recommendations to the City Council on the applicant's eligibility to receive these federal funds. And at this time, I would move to approve the reappointments and appointments. Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Agenda item 20. Discussion for possible action regarding the appointment of council members Brian Knutson and Francis Allen Polensky as representatives on the board of Southern Nevada Council of Governments. This is a newly created regional board and is a successor organization to the Southern Nevada Regional Planning Coalition Board, on which members Knutson and Allen Polensky both served. I move to make these appointments. Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Agenda item 21, recommending committee bills eligible for adoption at this meeting. Bill number 2025-43. Councilman Knutson, would you like to have the bill read?
Yes, Mayor.
Bill number 2025-43, an ordinance to update the description of certain city ward boundaries, wards 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, to reflect precinct number adjustments by the Clark County Election Department and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve.
Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Agenda item 22, bill number 2025-44. Councilman Knutson, would you like to have the bill read?
Yes, Mayor.
Bill number 2025-44, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Las Vegas, Nevada, authorizing the issuance of its City of Las Vegas, Nevada various purpose revenue bonds, Series 2026A tax exempt, and City of Las Vegas, Nevada various purpose revenue bonds, Series 2026B taxable, for the purpose of financing building projects in the combined maximum principal amount of $90 million, providing the form, terms, and conditions of the bonds and the security therefore, and other details in connection therewith, providing other matters relating thereto, and providing the effective date hereof.
Move to approve.
Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Agenda item 23, recommending committee bills eligible for adoption at a later meeting. Items 23 and 24, bills 2025-41 and 2025-42 will be heard at a later meeting. Agenda item 25, new bills. Item 25, Bill 2026-1 will be heard at the recommending committee meeting on Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, which is my birthday. City Attorney, would you read the new bill?
Yes, ma'am. Bill number 2026-1, an ordinance to adopt that certain document entitled Development Agreement for Monument Hills Master Plan Community, including the incorporated Monument Hills Development Standards and Design Guidelines, Monument Hills Parks Agreement, and other incorporated elements, and to provide for other related matters.
New Bill 2026-1 is assigned to the January 20th, 2026 recommending committee members, Councilman Knutson and Councilwoman Polensky and Diaz. If any so designated are unable to attend, the clerk's office will coordinate finding substitutes as necessary at my direction. Thank you so much. Agenda item number 26. 25-0510-DIR1, Director's Business, Non-Public Hearing, Applicant Owner, The Howard Hughes Company, LLC, discussion for possible action on a required review of a 24-month development report as required by Section 11.01 of the Summerlin West Development Agreement, generally located west of the I-215 Beltway and north of Charleston Boulevard, Ward 2, Ms. Kelly. Staff recommends approval. Is the applicant present?
Good morning, Mayor, members of council. Stephanie Gronauer, 1980 Festival Plaza Drive, here on behalf of the applicant Howard Hughes Company. With me is Matt Walker with Howard Hughes as well. We're here this morning with the required 2-year review of the Summerlin Development Agreement, the portion that's in the city. As you know, there's also a portion of the master plan community in Clark County as well. We are in compliance with our development agreement, and there's a lot of development yet to come. I brought a map, if I could just show you on the aerial of the portion in the city. You can see the boundaries are generally Charleston to Cheyenne, Buffalo on the south, all the way west almost to the Red Rock Mountains. There's a lot of development still to come on the west side of the 215 you can see up here, which is really exciting. 30,000 homes are still planned or are allowed under the development agreement. We're at about 13,600 homes, so we're a little over that actually. So still lots of homes to come in the Summerlin area and lots of development still to come. Also a ton of commercial you'll see here coming in soon in the 215 Summerlin Parkway area. So lots of exciting things, and we'd very much appreciate your approval to continue development.
Thank you so much. May I have a staff report?
Yes, Madam Mayor. Peter Lowenstein for the record. The city still continues to work with the master developer. The majority of the development agreement is in compliance. There are some outstanding responsibilities. The city is still working with Howard Hughes to determine the timing on those items. The staff recommends approval of the 24-month report.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments from members of the council? Yes, Ms. Polensky.
Brief question, and again, I've asked this before of business owners and developers, and sometimes they like to say, and sometimes they don't like to say, so please punt, Mr. Walker, if you'd like. But that commercial area is very exciting to me and probably a lot of folks here at the city. Any LOIs that you have with folks that you can disclose?
Good morning, Councilwoman. Thanks for the question. We're very excited. I think it's fair to say that the Summerlin Parkway 215 interchange is really going to drive the speed and development patterns of the area. But we are working furiously behind the scenes to make sure that we're ready to strike and get critical services and commercial amenities ready as soon as that interchange opens. And I'll definitely make some time to drop by and talk a little bit more.
Any other comments or questions? We're good? All right. In that case, is there a motion, Councilwoman Kelly?
Yes, I make a motion to approve. Thank you.
Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Thank you so much for the update.
Thanks.
Agenda item 27, reports and presentations. Report by Maurice Page, Executive Director of the Nevada Housing Coalition regarding housing progress and priorities, Nevada strategy for 2026. This affects all wards. Ms. Barajas.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. Arcelia Barajas for the record, Director of Neighborhood Services. I am here with Maurice Page. He is the Executive Director of the Nevada Housing Coalition. Today he'll be presenting for you on the progress of the coalition under his leadership, as well as some of their priorities for the 2026 calendar year. So I will hand it right over to Maurice.
Thank you.
Good morning.
All right. Good morning, Mayor, Council members, city leadership. Thank you for allowing me to be present today. Happy New Year. I don't know if we can still say it. I think we're about still. Okay, good. Okay, Happy New Year. Hopefully we're looking forward to some good and big things going on this year and going into the 27th legislative session. Today, again, my name is Maurice Page, M-A-U-R-I-C-E, last name P-A-G-E, and today I would like to talk to you and share with you how the coalition has strengthened Nevada's housing ecosystem through the 2025 legislative session, what those outcomes mean for cities like Las Vegas, and where we see partnership opportunities heading into the 27th legislative session. So brief history, I know I've met with a few of you on different occasions. We are a 501c3 membership-based coalition. We have over 360 members, which represents over 200 organizations statewide. We've been in existence since 2019. Our core competencies is based around advocacy, collaboration, and education. So let's jump right in. So during the 2025, we set our goals out to be a voice around affordable and attainable housing during the legislative session. During that time frame, and as you can see, we held an affordable housing day at the legislation building. We are developing and in the process of creating a supportive housing toolkit, which will be launched this quarter. If you are aware, Assembly Bill 310 that was created in 2023 was the first of its kind supportive housing initiative, where $32.2 million was allocated towards helping individuals and families throughout the state of Nevada with supportive services and wraparound systems so that they are able to maintain and keep their housing. During the 2025 legislative session, we was able to come back and have that remain as a permanent fixture within our budget. And so we allocated $20 million. And so on top of that, having that bill moving forward, we're working with Corporation of Supportive Housing to develop a supportive housing toolkit so organizations and jurisdictions are able to utilize and understand how those mechanisms help support our extreme and low income individuals who are struggling. We also, with the collaboration with Councilwoman Summers Armstrong, created our land activation program, our summit. That was previously right before our annual housing conference. We had over 70 individuals attend this one-day seminar where we talked about land management, particularly those in the city of Las Vegas, and particularly Ward 5. It was a great success. We are actually looking to do more with that this year. We are partnering with JP Morgan Chase and some of our other donors to be able to expand this program and be able to reach more communities throughout the city of Las Vegas and Clark County. So when we talk about expanding capacity and partnerships, again, we launched multiple trainings this past year with tribal, faith-based, and local partners. We connected using not only affordable housing initiatives, but clean energy, land use, and financing. We improved readiness from vision to implementation, and this is all based on the growth of our organization. What we have found is that, with us being a convener, bringing in multiple organizations, we're able to get to the root of individuals' issues and concerns when it comes to the development and promotion of affordable housing. And we have been that voice, right, statewide, where we've been able to say, listen, we understand what your position is. We understand that there are issues and concerns, but where can the coalition help and build some bridges so that this way we can ultimately move forward. So again, if we talk about the legislative session, and again, we're not going to dive too deep into this. I really want to highlight just the housing initiatives. Number one, we know that there was over 1,200 bills that was presented during the 2025 legislative session. But here's the key number: 63 housing bills, which represented 5%, were towards housing. Why is that number important? 10 years ago in 2015, we only had 3. In 2019, we roughly only had 5 to 7 housing bills. So just in between 2019 to now, or this past year, to go from 7 to 9 bills to 63 housing bills means that housing is a priority statewide. It means it is on everybody's list of action items that needs to get done, and it is a priority. And it is a bipartisan program, or is a bipartisan issue. No matter how we feel about what the true need is, whether it is affordable or attainable, the message is we need more housing. And around that, we have to also deal with infrastructure and also land use. And so all of that plays a part. And so, again, the coalition played a major hand in being part of those conversations, being at the table, speaking with not only the governor and his team, but also legislators in Carson as we try to move forward in passing bills. And as a result of those 63 bills, 27, which represented 40%, was able to get passed, which is a huge coup for our state. Some of the bills that were, or the number of bills in the areas that they were approved, you'll see that 9 was for affordable housing development and financing. 2 went towards tenant rights and landlord-tenant law. 5 went to supportive housing and homelessness. 1 went towards rental assistance, eviction diversion, of course. Manufactured housing had 3. Tenant anti-discrimination, fair housing, 3. Local government zoning land use is 3, and property tax abatements was 1. Do want to highlight that we did have 5 that were vetoed. However, when you look at the overall complexity of how many bills, having only 5 vetoed is actually a huge win for the housing community. So as I come to a close, again, I know I have a short amount of time, and I would rather go into all of the details, but I would love to be able to meet with you individually at some point over the course of the next year just to discuss more priorities. I want to already talk to you about what we're looking to do in 2027. Is also asked that the coalition work with the city to be able to build more policies, more programming, so that this way we can hopefully get more folks housed over the course of the next couple of years. So we know that turning data into policy is impactful. When the legislative and bills are passed, the city works better. And so we have seen great growth with Assembly Bill 366, which is the Nevada Supportive Housing Development Fund. And on the other end, we have seen Assembly Bill 540, the Nevada Attainable Housing Account, also be introduced, $133 million. They have already produced the first rounds of awards to developers, so we will see that come into play over the next couple of months. And at the end of this year, I also will say that due to the ARPA funding that was created and passed a few years ago, we will have roughly about 3,000 new available, new affordable housing units by the end of this year, which is a huge win for the state of Nevada. Although we are still far short, we are still 70,000 plus units short of where we need to be. But again, we have built a system and we have built programs that show that if we can create the money, the avenues of funding to be able to create housing, we can make that work. And so overall, when you look at between 2021 until now, we have dedicated over $2 billion as a state towards housing, to which we have been able to develop and produce roughly close to 5,000 new units just from an affordable housing perspective. That is a huge accomplishment for the state and for the various jurisdictions. So as the year wound down, again, I spoke earlier about our coalition being over 350 members strong. We posted a survey. We asked, okay, what is some of the top priorities that us as a coalition need to be looking on? Because again, we are a coalition. We have a multitude of different industries that are a part of our coalition. And so we don't want to set the table. We want our coalition members to set the table. And so these were some of the issues that came about that they spoke about and said, hey, and these were the topics that rose to the top of the food chain that said, okay, we need to look at these going into the 2027 legislative committee, which is the state low-income housing tax credits. This is probably at the top of the food chain. Simply put, during the 2025, we was not able to get this expanded due to just a bunch of a myriad of other issues that came around, primarily the film tax. And so we had a lot of legislators that said, if I'm not going to vote for film tax, I'm not going to vote for tax credits for anything else. But the reality of it is we only have enough state tax credits to last us through the end of this year, maybe first quarter of 2027. If we do not have that expanded going forward, the development of affordable housing and to help out our developers will come to a crawl. And so this is an issue because, again, this is the gap funding that is needed to bring programs to fruition and to help them move forward. So that is an issue that the coalition is working very closely with the Housing Division, as well as the Housing Advisory Committee on developing the next bill draft so that we can move that forward. Our State Housing Trust Fund. Again, we need to be able to create more funding that goes into that. Right now, we have funding from our Real Estate Transfer Tax Fund that goes into that. We need to increase that so that this way, again, we can do more development. Preservation of existing affordable housing, which is another big key. Affordable housing really started taking place in the early 90s. During that time, of course, it takes about 30 years for those state tax credits to come to fruition. We're now at that time. And so right now, over the next couple of years, we may stand to lose roughly about 800 to maybe 1,000 units if we are not preserving those units. And so what does that mean? That means that those units will be possibly sold and created as market rate units, and we do not want that. We want to be able to keep the folks that are low income, our seniors, our veterans who are on a fixed income. We want to be able to provide them sufficient housing and affordable housing so that this way they're able to maintain for themselves and their families. Construction defect laws, insurance liability, cost challenges for condos. Those are also issues. We have spoken with the builders. We have spoken with other developers. There's laws and zoning requirements that are just outdated, quite frankly. And so those concerns were brought to us and said, hey, is there a way for us to have that discussion, even if it's not a bill draft, but is there a way for us to be able to affect those? And so that is almost like a local issue. And so the coalition would love to be able to partner with the city of Las Vegas to be able to help with those conversations. Finally, TOD, transit-oriented development, infrastructure to unlock mixed-income housing during transit corridors. As you well know, for our low and extreme low-income individuals, our veterans, our seniors who are living in low-income housing, transportation is not it's not very stable for them. It's hard for them to get to their doctor's appointments, grocery stores, other locations. And so the art of being able to create mixed housing development where you have offices, doctors, and other small businesses on the first floor, and maybe housing on the second floor, has become a really big theme, especially around the country and other areas. Particularly, you have Montana, Florida, Minnesota, and other jurisdictions. The coalition is actually looking at other states, looking at what their blueprints are, and hopefully seeing where we can maybe apply and be able to do some transformational designs or bills going into the 2027 legislative session. We are also working with the RTC and their Southern Nevada Strong program, or I'm sorry, committee, in regards to developing some other programs and bills going forward. So again, I think these is just some of the issues and components that we can, at least start having the conversation on. There are probably about 20 other action items, especially when it comes around and when you talk about housing, that we could definitely speak on and talk about. And so the coalition welcomes those opportunities to be able to sit with you and be able to discuss those. Housing touches every city, every priority. Workforce, public safety, infrastructure, climate, land use, economic diversification. When housing works, the city works. We know that housing, and since I have been in my position going on 2.5 years, I have an economic development background. Housing and economic development to me is very key. When you have stable housing, economic development increases statewide. Jurisdictionally, it also increases. And so we definitely need to be able to combine those two, be able to see where we can foster more growth, build more bridges, so that this way we're able to have a sustaining and be able to grow as a city. With that being said, thank you so much. I know this was really quick, but again, it's the new year. I know there's a lot going on, but I wanted to be able to just introduce myself, have you be reintroduced to the coalition. I haven't been here or haven't be able to present in a while. But again, looking forward to partnering and doing some great things through this year and next. And I'll take any questions if you have any.
Thank you so much, Mr. Page. We appreciate it and the work you do.
Thank you.
Does anybody on the council wish to say anything? Ms. Summers Armstrong.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Mr. Page, for coming in today and giving us this overview. I can say personally that I've been engaged with your organization since its inception in 2019 when I was in the legislature, and housing is key for everything that is going to determine whether or not our state grows and our community grows and is stable or not. Right. And your commitment is admirable. I thank you for being in the community. We had two housing symposiums in the neighborhood, one at Wetsy and another at Nevada Partners recently, and people were truly engaged and trying to understand how all this fits together. And I think that part of the outreach and sharing of information builds momentum, but it also helps regular folks in the community understand the importance of standing behind legislation, supporting it, having their voices heard, and doing their part in making sure that our community remains sustainable and grows. So thank you so much for your hard work, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Ms. Kelly.
Thank you. Mr. Page, I really appreciated the thoroughness of your presentation, and I'm one of those people who would love to sit down and hear more about all of your work, so thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Ms. Bruni.
Thank you, Mayor. As one of the founding board members back in 2019, I'm also very excited to see the growth. My question to you is, given what we're seeing with the federal government and grants and things, a lot of your work seems to be focused on the state legislature. So to what extent are you engaged with our congressional delegation or folks in DC, or what are your national partnerships look like, given sort of what we're dealing with from DC?
Yes, great question. Honestly, as the coalition initially started, where we would focus in on state and federal, just because of we're a small organization, small but mighty, but again, we can't affect every single branch. And so the state has been coming out of the legislature, that has been our top priority, but we have been really engaged with our federal delegates. We have actually met with each of our members of the federal delegation over the last 6 months. And in particular, we actually met with Congresswoman Susie Lee just in early December to talk about the issues around the COC and the lack of funding that is coming in. I've also had the opportunity to sit with HUD Director Scott Turner and his team and talk to him about some of the issues around the cuts and what that would mean. And so, we have been able to just express to him that, we will see an influx of roughly statewide 1,200 folks that will return to homelessness. In Southern Nevada alone, roughly about 1,000. And so these impacts will greatly affect what we do, our economic development. It will affect our senior populations, all of that. And so we have raised those concerns. We're actually even looking at some programs where we could help with rental assistance, having the federal government work with the coalition, being able to create a subsidy, a rental subsidy that will help support and help people move forward if they fall into the trap of not being able to pay their rents. So we're in early stages of that. Hopefully we can build something out by third quarter of this year. I'm thinking, just the way time works, and it's slow moving a little bit. But we are definitely engaged. We definitely have a great relationship with all of our federal delegates. And for us as the coalition, now it's really us embarking at the local level. I have been making presentations across the state and in various jurisdictions, asking them what is their concerns, what are their issues, and how the coalition can be a partner.
Okay. Thank you again, Mr. Page. We appreciate your very thorough presentation.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
This was a report only, so no action is required, and we will now move to item 28. Report by Sam Cherry and Grant Garcia of Cherry Development regarding the status of the Good Word Market Hall located at D Street and Madison Avenue, and the shared downtown West Side project located at D Street and Jefferson Avenue within the historic West Side, Ward 5. Ms. Summers Armstrong, Ms. Babsky.
Good morning, Mayor, City Council members. Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development for the city. And with me here today is Mr. Grant Garcia and Mr. Jason Liddell. They're representing Cherry Development. Welcome.
Thank you.
Sam Cherry unfortunately was not able to be here today. He's under the weather, so I'm going to cover a portion of the presentation myself because, in fact, this is truly a city and a developer project. This is a public-private partnership that we're so proud and have been proud to tout around because as I go through the presentation, you'll see what it will bring to the area that we are really focusing on. Let me give you a little bit of background. Actually, Mr. Page's presentation is a great segue to our presentation because the project that was kind of at the beginning of it all. Is this working? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay. The project that was
Do
kind
we
of
have a blank look on our face?
I think so.
No, we're highly engaged. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. It was a 102-unit workforce housing development that the city partnered with Cherry Development on a few years back, and it's already out of the ground. It's getting ready to start getting leased up in May. But while that was happening, the 100 plan was being finalized, and one of the components of the 100 plan was a community food hall or market hall type of concept. So we approached our wonderful partners at Cherry Development, and as always, they are very responsive to our request for partnership, and asked them if they would be interested to partner with us on a food hall. So I guess it was very interesting that right adjacent to the parcel where the workforce housing was being designed, there was a parcel that city owned. And so it was a perfect combination of combining workforce housing, a community gathering space. And so we're so grateful that our partners were receptive to the idea. And we're bringing this as an update because we're approaching another milestone, the groundbreaking of the food hall next month. So we thought it'd be a good time to update you all. So the good word is the actual name of the food hall. We have worked with the community, with the consultants, with Councilman's office to vet different ideas, and this was the winner. It's located on D and Madison. It's adjacent, as I mentioned, to the workforce housing development, and it is really going to be first of its kind gathering space that really reflects the culture and the history of this neighborhood. Again, some of the beautiful renderings of the food hall. It's really being designed to serve everyone. The residents that will be in the residential unit, the students that are across the street in the new CSN Training and Education Center, just the community members that really need a gathering space, as well as the visitors, because our team is really focusing on revitalizing the area and attracting the visitors from the outside of the community. Some of the interior is also very, very attractive. There's going to be 4 stalls where emerging small businesses that are in the food industry can test their concepts. They can then grow with our support and continue hopefully to get to bigger spaces. It's worth mentioning that the redevelopment agency is master leasing the food hall and the retail space in the workforce development specifically so we can provide that assistance to the emerging businesses in the community and see them grow and become successful. The whole food hall is almost 9,000 square feet. There's going to be a mezzanine as well. So the rendering on top that you see, on the bottom that you see, that's actually the mezzanine overlooking the bar area. Excuse me. Our total investment in the food hall is $8.7 million. That's between the RDA and the Neighborhood Service Choice Communities grant that that the neighborhood services received for the city. So I just wanted to clarify that such a large investment is very intentional. We are truly trying to build a catalyst in the community that's going to not only provide a gathering space, but also provide support for small businesses so they can grow and truly build an anchor in the community for its future growth. So the timeline is next month is when the groundbreaking is scheduled to take place. The tenant improvements on the food hall construction will commence in the summer of this year, and the construction will be done later in the fall. So maybe next time this year, or about this time next year, I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. Yep. We will actually all gather and sit at the bar area and just meet with the community. Real quick for just to show you exactly where it is, the blue square or the rectangle is the workforce housing development. The green parcel is the food hall. That's the city parcel that we partnered on. And just south on Jefferson across the street is the new CSN Training Center. As you can see, there's retail space on the south side of the workforce development that's also rented or leased by the redevelopment agency. And all those students can just go in and out and get a cup of coffee and do their homework. So we're very excited. Just a site plan, I want to say that I toured the space yesterday. I stood in one of the future units on the third floor, I think it was. Yep. And the views are just amazing. I mean, you can see the downtown, the valley, the mountains. I mean, and it was during sunset, so it was really a beautiful site. So I understand that, actually, I won't steal your thunder. You can talk about the project. So with that, I'd like to pass it over to Mr. Grant Garcia to talk about the project overall and where we are.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure how to play that video, but.
Can you click on that, or can somebody click on that?
Do you want to show the video first, or nobody?
You can play it while it's going. Yeah, there's no.
Oh, perfect.
There we go. No.
Maybe not.
I'll let you work on that. Good morning, Madam Mayor and council members. Thanks for having us, and excited to be here. Excited just to hear coming from Dina and her and Jonathan and Tracy from EUD. We're out at the project yesterday, and so it was exciting to have them at the project. Hopefully when we get the drone video going, we do drone videos on a weekly basis, so we'll get you an update of where the actual residential building is at. But we are fully topped out, 5 stories. Grease trap has been installed in the commercial units. We've got rough plumbing, rough electrical that's in, drywall's going into all of the apartments. Cabinets are going to be delivered next month. So we're moving quite fast and aggressively, and excited for the timelines that we've been hitting. Some additional dates to add on to what Dina had spoke about. Coming up in February 21st, we're going to be that's when we officially open up our interest lists, and it just so happens we picked that date. Why? Because the Love on Jackson event is happening the same day. So it gives us a chance to have kind of a mini showroom. We'll have our renderings there, renderings of the common areas, floor plans. We'll all be there. Our staff is going to be there to help answer all the questions that the community has, being able to talk to them about all the resident events that we have, what it's like to be a part of a shared downtown community, and all the events that we do. So we're really excited about that. EUD is also going to have an activation there. I think it's EUD that's going to have staffing there, and they'll be able to have, and this is the actual, this was just taken last week. So you could see, I think from the last time that I was here, we've moved, we've come a long ways already. But for the Love on Jackson event, and when we're opening up our interest list, EUD will have a booth there where they'll be able to talk about the commercial spaces. So they're going to talk to the local, small business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs that can maybe be a part of their incubator program. So it's going to be an exciting event, and hopefully all of you can join us there. And then shortly after that, we're going to start moving people in at the end of May. So we're going to have full-time residents that are going to be living down there, and shortly after that, we'll have commercial spaces filled and really make it lively down there around the building and with CSN. Back to the Good Word and the Market Hall, we worked very closely with EUD and the city on the design and development. We worked very closely to select a consultant that is really well known to put together these market halls and food halls that has opened a bunch all over the country. So not only were they involved with the design and development, but they also packaged together a full operations plan. So essentially once the tenants are in, once the city's ready to operate it, they have this plan to be able to operate this business and these businesses and the market hall and really set it up for success. So we're extremely excited about that. I think one thing to touch on too on the residential portion, and as we go into the market food hall, One thing to talk about is the employment plan. We work really closely with the Councilwoman's office to make sure that we're doing specific outreach to diverse businesses and diverse subcontractors. And our general contractor also works really hard at making sure that we meet all of the requirements for that too. So with that, and we're super excited for the project and can't wait to give you all hard hat tours, and can't wait for the ribbon cutting and starting to move people in and getting the new businesses in, and happy to answer any questions you might have.
Do any members of the City Council have any comments or questions? Ms. Diaz.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr. Garcia and the Cherry Development Group, thank you for being here today. It is truly exciting to have you as a partner in this work, looking at the picture of the west side. Unfortunately, there are many lots that need this activation, and I'm just so hopeful that this spark that you're bringing across Wetsea is going to ignite a catalyst for change, a positive change to a community that's needed it for many, many years now. So I'm super excited for Councilwoman Summers Armstrong and her residents and her community for seeing things that we've been charting diligently as a city, but sometimes we don't find willing partners to help us move these boulders along. And so super grateful, and please give our best to Mr. Cherry and tell him we hope he feels better soon.
I will. He sends his regards.
Ms. Kelly.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to, I don't think I could have been as articulate as Councilwoman Diaz, but, this is our community. It doesn't matter which ward we represent, and it is very exciting. And I've spent my life here, and this type of investment, the creativity, the partnership is exactly what we should be doing. And so please extend my appreciation, and I cannot wait for a hard hat tour. I can't wait to be there with pom-poms to help celebrate. This is just really exciting. So thank you so much.
Love it. Thank you.
Ms. Summers Armstrong, will you be in pom-poms?
Yes, ma'am, I will have them, and they will be pink.
Me too.
I just want to say thank you all for being here today. I know we've got some more work to do with Planning Commission coming up, and it's good to get a preview. And just thank you. As my colleagues have said, we can't do this by ourselves. We have to have a collaborative mentality and a bold mentality to do things that may not have been done in other places in our community. But this is a great beginning, and I'm overjoyed, and we know we have work to do, and so I'm excited. So we'll move through the process properly, but this is a really great start, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. Us too. We look forward to working with you, and couldn't have done it without all of you too.
Thank you so much, and please say hi to Sam for us.
I will.
All right, this again was a report only. No action is required. I will now move on to agenda item 29. Set date on any appeals filed or required public hearings. I would instruct the city clerk to set the public hearing dates and appeals from the City Planning Commission meetings and dangerous buildings and nuisance litter abatements.
Will do, thank you.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 30, citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the City Council. No subject may be acted upon by the City Council unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, will be limited to 2 minutes. This is your opportunity to address the council, but council members are usually not able to respond or engage in dialogue. Are there any members of the public who would like to speak under this portion? Please state your name and welcome.
Good morning. I'm Becky Miller, and I'm with the Las Vegas Arts District. Thank you for allowing this portion of the meeting for us to speak. We have a problem with parking in the Arts District. Everybody is well aware of this, and I appreciate that the council and parking and EUD are willing to consider having a public meeting so that the community can have an opportunity to voice their concerns. I recently have heard from parking that the meeting is being considered, but it is being considered here in the City Hall, and I encourage the city to actually hold a community meeting in the community in order to facilitate more folks being able to attend. I know it's not a very far distance, but a lot of folks work and have to attend their shops, and so coming all the way here is a burden. So please consider hosting it in the community instead of here in Chambers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Miller. Please come forward and state your name and welcome.
Good morning, Mayor and City Council. My name is Tony Chavez. I'm here to oppose raising parking prices in the Arts District. Higher parking costs directly reduce foot traffic and hurt small businesses, artists, and workers who keep this area alive. When parking becomes expensive or unpredictable, locals stop coming and small businesses pay the price. I'm asking that the city to pause and any parking price increases and work directly with the Arts District community on solutions that keep the area accessible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please come forward and state your name.
Hello, my name is Elise St. Pierre. I work in the Arts District as well. I'm a Vegas native. I've been working in the Arts District since 2018. I work at a salon that has been in the Arts District for 14 years. I'm a self-employed hairstylist, which means I pay to rent my station. I pay weekly rent. I pay for all my own supplies. All of my peers also pay weekly rent, and most of them can't be here because they're there working. So I am also just wanting to publicly oppose the raising parking costs in the Arts District. The lot in front of my salon was converted to a privately owned lot. It would cost me over $100 a week to use that lot for work. And all the planned meters around my salon in the 18B area all have 4-hour proposed limits, so I wouldn't really be able to use those for work. I just echo the sentiments also of my peers that were up here earlier for a meeting that's actually in the Arts District, that's accessible to working folks. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so very much. Yes, please come and state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Brianne Janae, and I am the Associate Producing Director of a Public Fit Theater Company, as well as the Artistic Director of the fledgling nonprofit theatrical organization called Fallout Fringe Festival. Our mission with Fallout Fringe is to make alternative theatrical performance art accessible to local audiences and artists alike. We have made our home in the Arts District, and without theater companies like Vegas Theater Company and Majestic Repertory Theater, we would not exist. These two theater companies have been a pillar of the theatrical community in Vegas and a beacon of light in the Arts District. The exorbitant parking fees in the Arts District are threatening all businesses in the area and have the potential to shutter a community that has only recently found its stronghold. I come before you today to ask that you please reconsider these parking fees and excessive parking tickets in the Arts District. These businesses are already struggling with sky-high rent prices, and punishing their patrons and artists with extra parking fees may spell the end for a community which has only just begun to thrive.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else wishing to speak? Let's see, one more. Please come forward and state your name for the record. Good morning.
I'm Scott Gibson. I own a salon in the Arts District in Art Square, a little bit north of Charleston, and we've been there for about 14 years. And I've seen so many businesses come and go, and even when there's free parking, I've seen a lot of people leave because they're struggling. So I just want to echo what everybody else is saying. We need help with the parking situation because we have a lot of people that save their money to come and get their hair done. They're there for 4 to 8 hours sometimes. And it's already a lot of money that they're spending, and then another $30 on top of that for parking is a bit excessive and difficult. And we've already seen clients drop off and other salons close. And so we just want to do everything we can to work together and solve this problem and come with solutions and make it better for everybody and keep the neighborhood thriving. And that's
Thank
it.
you so much. We appreciate it. I think I could, oh, yes, please, come. Please state your name for the record.
Troy Hurd, Artistic Director, Majestic Rep, friends on the council. In a recent Las Vegas Weekly article, city spokesman Jace Radke stated the increase was the result of a comprehensive market rate analysis compared to Los Angeles and Phoenix, Arizona. The Phoenix area that has the equivalent parking rates are sports venues like the Raiders Stadium, government facilities like City Hall, and the Central Core, which consists of large businesses and corporations. What we're finding is an increase in a very mom and pop arts district. We're all independent proprietors, we're all small businesses. We're not large corporations with hundreds of employees and hundreds of customers coming and going throughout the day. We are the heart of the arts district, and we are being affected by this. We're following the entrepreneurial spirit that was set up by Tony Hsieh, as well as the and it's affecting the minimum, as was spoken, we're affecting the workers, the minimum wage workers and the artists who are coming down and who are taking a large portion of their paycheck just for the privilege of creating the spirit of the arts district, just to keep these businesses alive. For me, that's my primary concern. Right after the pandemic, when the parking meters went in, I saw a decrease in my customers. Because as you know, Las Vegas does not like to pay to park. We have a long culture of not paying for parking at the casino. It's an ongoing thing. And for the actual authentic Las Vegas experience, suddenly we're charging parking. That was the first ding. But now that we've raised it, it's not just affecting our clientele, it is affecting the workers, the people who make up the arts district, who bring the spirit to the arts district, who are the engine of the arts district. Just please don't cut off the feet of the runner while they're running the marathon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else that would like to address the city council? Welcome, and please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Marna. My name is Alex Ferrari. I'm a owner of the business Art Street. First of all, I want to say sorry for my English is not very well, my accent. I come here for support my neighbors and my employees, for my family, about like the tickets and the park and the area, the art district. I come here for talk about for myself too. It's so hard for I park my car. Not just that, I have my employees. I have 6 employees in my shop. Everybody have like a trouble for park, and for my customers too, for the price. You guys like I think about like a charge. I just come here for like ask for help.
Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Is there anybody else wishing to address the council? Welcome, and please state your name for the record.
Jennifer Hunter. Hi, I'm a small business owner in the Arts District as well. We've all read about the studies being done on the decrease in tourism to Vegas. There's only anecdotal evidence that locals are now avoiding the Arts District due to the parking increases, but the outcry online is resounding. The very small businesses who built the culture that allows even the notion of charging for parking are now being punished. The argument was made by the city in a post that the city is trying to bring up the rates just to be in line with other cities, but to follow on to what Troy was saying, this is not a sports arena area. This is not a downtown commercial area. This is not a thriving community yet. I come from Manhattan, where there are miles and miles and miles and miles of free parking. So I just would ask that, as a part of the collaboration with the community, that there are some studies done to show those contrasts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else wishing to be heard? Welcome, and please state your name for the record.
Hello, my name is Margot Beatty. I am 17 years old. I attend Las Vegas Academy of the Arts. I'm a senior. And I'm an intern at Majestic Rep, and I do a lot of things at Vegas Theater Company. I'm a technician. As a 17-year-old girl, it is very difficult and scary to walk from the free parking to where I need to be. Before, there was a lot outside of Vegas Theater Company. It was a huge free lot, and it made it really accessible for me to walk through without fear. But now there being the only free parking is at Bungalow, and if you find street parking every once in a while, the spots outside of Vegas Theater Company, it makes our art less accessible as a technician. Yeah, please change, please change.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Is there anybody else wishing to speak? Welcome. Please state your name for the record.
Hi, I'm Liliana Beckstrom. I work down in the Arts District. I'm also on the board of the Arts District as well. And I'm the one who created the petition for the parking issues. As far as I know, there is no meeting set, and we would love to have a meeting down in the Arts District regarding these parking issues. That's just all I wanted to reiterate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else wishing to be heard? If not, I thank you all for coming and taking your time to speak with us. I think I could speak on behalf of the City Council. We're all very sensitive to the parking issue, and I appreciate you coming down and sharing your thoughts. We ordinarily do not respond to public comments, but because we know this is so sensitive, I'd like to hand this over to Ms. Diaz, who of course her ward encompasses the Arts District, for some comments. Ms. Diaz.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I want to thank everyone for coming on down and expressing your views on what is happening. I'd like to start by acknowledging that I want to acknowledge the people who are the heartbeat of the city. I am the daughter of working class folks who were casino porters in the casino, so I understand what it means to come from a family with limited means. I understand and deeply respect the concerns raised by the local Arts District neighbors, workers, and residents, especially those earning hourly wages or those without convenient transportation options. No one should be priced out of access to their job or their residential community. That's why, upon hearing the concerns from the community, we paused this rollout of paid parking on the north side of the Charleston Boulevard. The city is committed to exploring solutions such as looking into adding more employee resident parking lots on the north side that are currently lacking, and continue to provide reduced cost parking permits for residents and employees, which we currently have over 700 plus that we have issued to $10 to these 700 community members for $10 a month. We also are looking into how we can partner with private lot owners, because the young lady that's from LVA mentioned the lot going to paid, but the city didn't have any druthers or say in that matter. It's a private lot, and those private property owners do with their lot what they want to, and we can't dictate to them how they want to handle their parking lot. And also, we want to make sure that we have improved transit routes that make it easier and more affordable for everyone to get where they need to be. Currently, the city of Las Vegas has made on-street parking for lunch Monday through Friday free, and I think that this is something that is not well known to the customer and clientele base. So Monday through Friday, if you go to the Arts District, 11 to 2, there is no charge for on-street parking. This does not cover our surface lots. I want to be very clear. We all want a city that is thriving, equitable, forward-looking. Balancing these priorities, though, is not always an easy job. And our goal as a council is to ensure our policies reflect fairness, fiscal responsibility, and compassion for the people and the fabric that make our city unique and dynamic. To achieve this vision, however, we must also have an honest conversation about sustainability. The Arts District has transformed into one of our city's premier destinations through collective investment. And with that success comes a reality that we cannot ignore. Growth must pay for growth. As the Arts District has expanded, demands on infrastructure have skyrocketed. We have seen unprecedented needs for street maintenance, improved lighting, safety patrols, sanitation, etc. For years, these costs have been absorbed by the city's general fund, meaning they were subsidized by every taxpayer in the city, regardless of whether they ever visited the district. The model, as our economies, we're all feeling it, are shrinking, will probably no longer be sustainable. Every dollar collected needs to be reinvested back into the area where it's collected from, and we need to fund a new parking garage, continue to repair roads and aging infrastructure, continue to add art installations, ensure the environment is safe for everyone visiting, including those workers and businesses who are the heartbeat of the Arts District. Our challenge now is to bridge the gap between this necessary fiscal policy and the real world needs of our workforce. We are not choosing between a solvent budget and supporting our workers. We are choosing to do the hard work of achieving both. I am committed to fine-tuning whatever we need to do and bring the balance for everyone and the best outcome for both Arts District South and Arts District North. I encourage everyone to place your views on the official record just like the folks did today, and also if anyone was unable to make the meeting, emailing them to parkingmanagementteam@lasvegasnevada.gov. I'll make sure we repost this on my social media. That's just if you have ideas, if you know how we can do a better job balancing the needs of everyone, we will look at everything and ensure that we are taking a sound step in a positive direction moving forward. Again, my door is always open, and I take these issues you have raised seriously, and I am dedicated to finding practical solutions to address them all. I'm also looking forward to the continued conversations, not only with the ATB board, but also the community in the Arts District later this month. And I didn't set any date or any location because we're still in conversations about when and how we will undertake the meeting. And obviously we're hearing we want to do it in the community. I do want to just say that we want to do it in a space that can accommodate and that can provide the opportunity for everyone to be heard in this space. And so that's why we've kind of had some hit the pause about where that location to be hosted. But if you guys have ideas, make sure that we know them. I know Becky Miller in my office is in constant contact. And so I'm confident that we're going to find that meeting location that is convenient for everyone to attend soon. So with that, stay tuned for details, and I look forward to the future conversations and progress on this matter. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Diaz. Agenda item 31, council emerging issues. Discussion regarding potential items for future city council agendas. It affects all wards. Any discussion must be limited to whether or not such proposed items shall be placed on a future agenda, and no discussion regarding the substance of any such proposed topic shall occur. No action shall be taken. Do any members of the council have any topics they would like to bring forward under this item? Seeing none, we will move to agenda item 32. Council member recognition. Comments made by individual city council members during this portion of the agenda will not be acted upon by the city council unless that subject is on the agenda and scheduled for action. And I think we will start with Ms. Kelly.
Well, it was a busy holiday season. We had many Christmas festivities, but the proudest one was being able to go and share with the employees several of the contests. So we had ugly sweater recognition, best costume. One of my favorites was the snow globe. I don't remember which staff member did that, but it was very creative, so I'm thinking about that idea for me. And since I was the only city councilwoman, I got to speak and greet everybody, so I told them I was their favorite for the moment since I was the only one. And it was really lovely. There was also best cookies, and I am just so impressed by Vince and his team and what this organization has done to support staff. The Employee Recognition Committee rocks. I mean, I'm so impressed with their creativity. I loved everybody decorating their floors. We went out and looked at all of them, both at the Civic Plaza as well as here. And I just want to tell you, thank you. They help create such a joy, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So it's always lovely to celebrate our employees. I was also able to attend, on the next slide, the Summerlin Area Command Christmas Party. And it was great to be able to meet with some of the constituents there, but most all were Metro officers and Summerlin Command and their families. And it's nice to tell the family members how much we appreciate how hard they work and how hard their spouse works and all of that. So I really, really enjoyed that and meeting up with everybody there. We also had some other monthly events that were designed to connect residents and listen to concerns. I don't know if I have any, actually I do. I have it here so I can look. So next slide, I had mentioned this, but we're going out into the neighborhood to have some office hours in the neighborhood. This will be one of many, and I'm doing the first at the Veterans Memorial Community Center on January 22nd from 9 to 11. So I encourage anybody in Ward 2 to stop by. No appointments necessary, and I'll do my best to listen to how things are going for you. We're also doing we don't have a slide for this, but there is a HOA meeting for the Queensridge homeowners on Saturday, and I've met with 2 other homeowners association, really enjoying that, West Mesa and the Buffalo Coalition. So appreciate how dedicated those citizens are to improving their community and giving of their time. And then finally, we're back on our breakfast buzz, and which I enjoy, and I'm really working to try to get some. We have a great steady crew of people who come, and I'd like to expand that. And we're also looking at having maybe some alternate breakfast buzzes at different times, and for people with children in sports and other things, Saturday at 9 can be a really difficult time. So we're trying to switch that up, and that's all I have. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bruni.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to start today by wishing my little sister a happy birthday. I know she's not watching because she has a job, but I just wanted to say I love you and happy birthday, Becca. Before the holidays, I managed to squeeze in one last visit and proclamation to the crochet class, which gathers across the valley and works to turn plastic bags into comfortable mats for our unhoused neighbors. Next, I was pleased to kick off the new year by attending Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. I'm so grateful for the work our law enforcement agencies are doing, not only to keep our neighborhoods safe, but our streets safe as well, especially during the holiday season with their holiday blitz to keep drunk drivers off our roads. I was able to start the new year by celebrating small businesses. I attended the opening of Candy Cove in the airport's Terminal 3. It was a sweet time, especially because I got to experience a holoportal experience for the first time. We were excited to have the first Access City Council show of the year, where we highlighted the exciting projects that are in store for Ward 6, namely Monument Hills and our regional sports park. We also went into the field and highlighted a small business in Ward 6, Coast to Coast Fitness, which can hopefully help us stick to our New Year's resolutions to take it to the gym and stay healthier. Join us tomorrow for our first Bocaditos with Bruni of the year from 9 to 11 at our satellite office at the Centennial Hills Y. Later this month, join us on January 17th from 6 to 8 at the Centennial Hills Library. We'll be kicking off our second year of our book club. This year we'll be focusing on murder, mysteries, and suspense novels, and our first book is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. Join us later that month on January 29th for our next town hall meeting. The topic of this town hall meeting is Building 101. We will have representatives from the city's planning team with us who can guide residents on what you need to do before you start adding additions to your home or building RV garages. We'll also have representatives from the Water Authority to talk to us about water or answer any questions about water and growth. Attention Ward 6 neighbors, please consider applying for the Neighborhood Partners Fund grant to support beautification projects, social events, and other projects to enhance our quality of life in our neighborhoods. The deadline is February 12th. Parents, please note that the city offers camps for our school-age kiddos on those days when CCSD is not offering school for the purpose of teacher training. So we'll have training camps in January, February, and April. Sign up today. Finally, mark your calendars for our Dazzle Prom on February 13th in partnership with Councilwoman Alan Polensky. Space is limited, so please sign up. As always, Ward 6 wants to hear from you. Please call us at 702-229-5463 or email us at ward6@lasvegasnevada.gov. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ms. Diaz.
Thank you, Mayor. We're just going to revisit one holiday memory from last year in 25. On Saturday, December 20th, we had the Unidos por los Niños, United for the Children. We had this amazing event, and it was proud to end it on a high note. We hosted a free toy giveaway and food pantry event at East Las Vegas Community Center. I want to sincerely thank our incredible partners, Marco Perez from Casa del Desayuno, Vanessa Barat from La Vecindad, along with their teams for making this event extra special for all the families that came through. Together, we welcomed more than 3,200 people and distributed nearly 2,000 toys, along with pantry items provided by 3 Square Food Bank to families in our community in great need. I'm deeply grateful for their partnership and dedication. I want to thank Commissioner Tick Sagerblum for his support in making this event possible. I just want to thank again our amazing volunteers, community partners, and vendors who contributed such a special day for our children in making their holiday some kind of a special season, regardless of what's happening in the home. Just want to invite everyone to join us for the art and the artists for the unveiling of The Night We Met by Crystal Ramirez, a bold and distinctive new sculpture that draws inspiration from the classic built environments of Vegas. The celebration will take place tomorrow, Thursday, January 8th at 11 a.m. at the Las Vegas Civic Plaza or Center. So it's kind of, if you know where our other meeting room is, it's in that entrance to that new meeting room across the way of our Civic Plaza. So parking is available, 500 South Main Street Garage, and a 2-hour validation is available to attend the event. I'm going to skip the next slide because Councilwoman Bruni did an amazing job covering it. We don't hear free very often these days, so I just want to put the plug out that we're giving out free trees. If you live in zip codes 89101, 89104, 89110, those are Ward 3 zip codes that I'm highlighting. Please make sure your neighbors and yourselves know about the $5 million award we received from USDA to plant trees in front of single-family homes located in those zip codes. Please visit my Ward 3 page as well on social media to get updates on this project as it evolves in this new year. Just wanted to emphasize on the next slide that also Councilwoman Bruni had, the No School Fund Days, there is financial assistance available. So if your family is in need and you want quality care, The site that's providing this care for Ward 3 is Stupak Community Center, and please inquire about the financial aid form so that your kid can get high quality care and you can have peace of mind while you work, and it's a win-win for everyone. And that's it for me, Mayor. Our information is on the slide. If anyone needs to reach out to us via phone or email, it's all right there. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year.
Thank you so much, Mr. Knudsen.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Today is I Am a Mentor Day, and I would consider this one of the greatest opportunities that I have in being older, is being able to work with younger people and sharing all of my mistakes. So I'm grateful to be a mentor, and I'm grateful for all the opportunities I've had for people who have mentored me. And I have an event coming up. It's Brews with Brian. It's the first Brews with Brian for this year. It's at Slater's 5050 on Tuesday, January 13th from 5:30 to 6:30. This is about lake meat in Buffalo. And I know David Riddleman loves Slater's 5050. We've talked about it many times. All their food has bacon in it. It's delicious. And I've already did a commercial with the owner of Slater's 5050 to say that I'm paying for all the food and the drinks. So this will be a fun night to come out and celebrate and think about how great 2026 will be. So I hope to see all my Ward 1 residents there. And thank you very much, Mayor. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Ms. Allen Polinsky.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On Friday, December 19th, the City of Las Vegas held the Police Memorial Playground ribbon cutting. It was such a special way to kick off the winter break with a brand new playground for families to enjoy. I want to give a huge thank you to our incredible city staff, J&J Engineering, and our community partners at Lennar Homes, Las Vegas. Their support, their financial support made this adaptive playground possible, and it really demonstrates what we can accomplish when we work together. This park is especially meaningful as it honors those who serve and protect our community. I can think of no better tribute to the officers that we have lost over the years than the sound of children laughing and playing at this renovated park. Next up, later that evening, I was able to attend Thompson Elementary Cookies with Santa event. It was a fun night watching the kids choir. They could sing. And hanging out with the PTA president, Tiffany Owens, and the principal. I look forward to working more with Thompson Elementary in the new year. On Saturday, January 3rd, we celebrated Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. I'm proud of the work that we all do alongside our officers to expand mental health resources, strengthen community partnerships, and support them in meaningful ways. Appreciation is not something that we say, it's something that we do throughout the entire year. Next up, this Thursday, January 8th at 1:30 p.m., we'll be hosting a groundbreaking for the Wayne Bunker pickleball courts. This project will include 24 new pickleball courts and is scheduled to be completed in early 2024. Thank you, Ms. Rosa, for help making this happen. Please join us for the ceremony on the southwest side of the park. On Wednesday, January 14th at 11 a.m., please join us as we break ground for the new home of the Nevada State Veterans Memorial at the Thunderbirds Family Sports Complex. This memorial features 18 bronze statues, which were originally located at the Grant Sawyer Building. This project is a dedicated space for our veterans, their families, and for all of Southern Nevada to come together to honor our nation's heroes. Next up, there are 8 missing teens from our community. If you have any information that could help, please contact LVMPD Missing Person Detail at 702-828-3111. There's always a free bus ride home at the end of that line. And lastly, please stay up to date with our updates, community news, and upcoming events that are happening in Ward 4. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, X, all the things, or call the old-fashioned way, 702-229-2524. We are always here to provide any assistance that we can. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much. Ms. Summers Armstrong.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just want to say Happy New Year to everyone and hope that your holiday season was filled with love and companionship and family. Want to just let you all know that we had a great time last week at the West Las Vegas the new West Las Vegas Library, Kwanzaa, which runs for 7 days after the day after Christmas, had lots of events at the library, and I was able to dip in on the 30th for game night. I am a Scrabbler, as you can see there. I did win, but just barely, and had a really, really fun time just hanging out and enjoying that beautiful space. If you haven't visited the West Las Vegas Library, please take some time to go there. It is an amazing facility, and it is really representative of the community vibe and the love that we have in our community. Yesterday, we had a groundbreaking at Lorenzi Parks, not grand, but the grand opening of pickleball. First pickleball on this side of Ward 5. I came prepared. I had my tennies on and got a chance to hit the wiffle ball a little bit. I stink at pickleball, but that's only for now. I'm competitive, and I will figure out how to win in the next. So thank you, Maggie and team, for all your hard work, for people not laughing at me, but I was out there really trying to hit that ball like crazy. We've got some wonderful things coming up in the ward. This is King Week will be coming up soon, and we have a lot of great activities. We're going to start off with Taste the Dream, which will happen on the 17th at the Historic West Side School. It's going to be an amazing food truck event. We'll have lots of tasty bites. Sigma Gamma Rho sorority, we're partnering with them to get this done. It's going to be amazing. And then that evening, Sweet Honey in the Rock will be performing at the West Las Vegas Art Center Theater. They are a nationally acclaimed group. It's going to be beautiful. So all of you folks who are active in the Main Street area, come share a little love with us, check us out, and we need to do some cross-purposing and make sure that we are sharing one another's events. And then King Week, which is hosted by the Martin Luther King Committee, will begin on the 15th all the way through the 24th. We're going to have a parade. There's going to be a mixer, some activities for children around tech, lots of great things. So please use the QR code, learn about what's happening, be engaged in this phenomenal yearly activity. We also want to piggyback on my colleague about the trees. This is really critical for those of us who live in wards 3 and 5. We have heat island effect in these communities, and the city got this wonderful grant, Get a Tree. It's going to be installed beautifully. They will talk to you about how to care for that tree. That tree will add cooling and keep the dust down in your yard and make our community much more beautiful and cooler. We've already talked about the No School Fun Days, and I'd like to jump to the Lorenzi Park tennis courts. They have green ball classes. I'm having my first lesson of the year on Friday morning. I'm so excited to get back into the game. Bring your children out. Tennis and pickleball are lifelong activities. They keep us connected and keep us in good shape. So come out and get outside with your babies. Finally, want to remind you all that I've got some pretty amazing staff. Nora, Julius, and Aura. We are all here to help and to serve. Call us 702-229-5443 or send us an email. Follow us on social media. We are trying to make sure that we are engaging as often as possible, and just want to again say Happy New Year to everyone. This is probably the best job that I've had aside from being a parent. This is turning out to be like really close to the top. Yep. And I'm just honored to be here, and it's wonderful to see you all. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Summers Armstrong. The June 7th City Council meeting is now adjourned.